What's up, guys? I know it's been a few weeks since I put out a video, and I've been kind of keeping something from you. So I figured I probably should clear the air. Reason I haven't put out videos in a few weeks is because I sold off the entire fleet. That's right, both Falcons, the Freedom, the two XP4s, everything I had, I sold off the entire fleet. Wife's bikes, my bikes, gone. And I replaced it with a pair of Magician Alpha Minis. One for me, one for the wife. And they came in on, well, Wednesday. That's when I got all the batteries in the second bike. And I already have 97.1 miles. This is Saturday, so it's been a few days. And I cannot stop riding this bike. At first I was a little worried, giving up everything I had for one bike. But I wanted to see, with all the hype over this bike, is this one bike that can rule them all? So far, I haven't found a downside. I haven't found a single thing it won't conquer. So I'll have to show you, made a few changes to it already. A few things I kind of knew just from previous bikes what I wanted to do to this bike when I got it. So I actually ordered this bike a little over a month ago, month and a half ago. I want to say I ordered them, and as soon as I got the ship notification for them, I had a sale, and within a matter of a weekend I had every bike gone. Listed them all on Marketplace, and one by one, they left on to new homes. And then it took FedEx probably a week and a half or so to get everything to us from California out to northern Michigan. The wife's bike showed up on a Friday. My bike was supposed to be Monday. The batteries, which shipped separately, were both showing for Tuesday. Well, her bike showed up on the Friday. Monday came, Monday went. My bike was nowhere to be found. It was still stuck in Indiana or Illinois. And then Tuesday came and both sets of batteries came, but my bike still was nowhere to be found. Then finally Wednesday, 2 days after the initial delivery date, my bike arrived. Box was beat up a little bit. You can tell it had a little bit of a rough trip, but I can say everything was pretty good. I did have to bend the derailleur hanger back just a little bit. And both bikes, the kickstands were loose on. My bike was missing some of the hardware. It actually rattled completely off. It's kind of weird. They put bolts through it, and then they put washers and lock nuts, but it's like they never tighten the lock nuts. But anyways, I got that sorted out. And I got a first couple rides on it with the stock tires, the cool rides. Her bike is okay, it rides fine. My bike, the front tire was so out of round that you got over 30 miles an hour, and it was like you were on a galloping horse. I pulled the front wheel off, I checked, the bead was seated evenly all the way around. I even let all the air out, reseated the bead, I spun the tire 180 degrees to see if that would help. Reseated the bead. It still was just like a galloping horse. So luckily I already knew that those tires weren't for me. And I had ordered a set of Kenda Crusade Sports, which are the tires that came stock on the wired Freedom and Cruiser models. So I had experience with them and I knew that I really liked them. So I ended up putting them on this bike. And let me tell you, they work great. They handle the sand well. They handle speed well. They're smooth. There's no bouncing, no galloping. It just goes. It goes and goes. I am really happy I bought these tires and that I had them to put on. Starting to sprinkle a little bit, but it's too nice of a day not to go for a ride. So just to show you, there's the Alpha Mini, and we got two of the same color. The wife wanted to match. Only changes I made to it is I added the bar mirror that I always run, added the Kenda tires you can see on there, suspension seat post, and trying a new saddle out, the rear bag. I added the hitch on there for my trailer. I do have the taller handlebars coming. Amazon was supposed to deliver those today. Of course, they're running late. But honestly, the stock bars, for me being 6'3", are not the end of the world. They're doing okay. So, but man, I have taken this everywhere so far that I've ridden the other bikes. And it does everything like a champ. I thought the Falcon climbed hills. This thing destroys the Falcon up hills. It'll sit there and just spin the back tire up hills off-road. And it just will do wheelies up the hills. I mean, it's a little mini moto. That's the best way I can put it. I mean, it's a mini moto in disguise. And I am blown away with the performance. I was going to do a first initial ride and review and whatever, but I decided that I wanted to just ride the bike and just enjoy the bike for the first 100 or so miles and kind of get a feel for it. That way I wasn't just all hyped up over a new bike, and I could give you kind of a more honest ride review, I guess you could say, after living with it for coming up to 100 miles now. The only thing I've actually changed as far as settings goes is I unlocked it from class 2 and just put it on unlimited. I changed none of the power levels. I haven't even connected it to the app or done any of that stuff. I literally just unlocked it and have been riding it. And this bike, the tuning is so smooth. I've even left it in torque mode, which I'm kind of a cadence sensor guy, but the torque sensor works so good. I'm just in tour, which is just the second level up. And I just climbed that dirt hill like it was nothing. So most of my riding has been in tour, and sometimes I bump it up to sport. I've already had the trailer on the back and did a 14-mile run into town to the post office to drop off all my orders. It pulls that great. I get better range out of it than I did with the Falcon and the Freedom. I mean, it does everything so good. I haven't found a downside to this bike yet, and I don't want to just talk it up. Oh, it's the greatest thing ever, but I mean, this is the future of bikes. I feel like I have a next level bike over the bikes I've had in the past. And I've had some people say, well, you're being 6'3", you probably aren't going to like the Mini. I love the Mini. I have zero buyer's remorse. I am so glad I bought this bike. I love the size of it. Even if I didn't change out the handlebars, I am still perfectly fine on this. The handlebars, more or less, are just going to make it extra nice when I want to stand up for off-road riding. So I'll get those on when they get here. There'll be a minor change. There'll be like maybe a 2-inch or so rise. They're basically the same handlebars that were on the Wired Freedom and then that I put on the Filato Falcon. So I know I like the comfort of them. They got a nice sweep to them and they just work really well for me. So yeah, I ordered another set of those. But yeah, I'm not going crazy with this bike. I don't feel that it really needs anything. We're gonna go somewhere we've never gone on the channel before. Maybe something new. But even, yeah, I'm climbing this hill. Oh, and we just had one of the other problems I've had lately. Battery 2 disconnected, and I lost power for a moment. It just started doing that for me on the last ride. So I reset the battery. Now you can see it popped back on the display. So I thought maybe it was just a loose battery, like I didn't have the rear battery seated all the way in. But I was climbing up a smooth hill at the time, and it kind of said nope. So I'm not for sure what that's all about yet. We'll see if we have that issue again. Well, yeah, I'm in tour mode, and this thing's just doing 22 miles an hour like it's nothing. This bike has so much power. When I got my wired Freedom, I was like, oh, this bike is incredible, so much power. And then I started finding the limitations of that bike with overheating the motor and not making it up some of the hills. And I was just like, okay, well, it's just a bicycle, you know what I mean? It's only gonna have so much power. Then I got the Flato Falcons, and they had even more power for climbing hills. And it never thermal shut off. But with that bike, if you're climbing a hill and the front tire lost traction, like a sandy hill, then you lost all your momentum. So that was kind of the downside of that. So I wanted to go back to a bike that was a single motor. I like the rear motor. And this bike on paper, I mean, it just checked all the boxes. And at the time, the Viper was out already, like announced, and then they had just announced the Raven, which was the single motor version. This might get a little gnarly. We had a heavy rain, and this is a seasonal road. And so anyways, the Raven had just been announced. But the videos I watched of the Raven, woo, hold on, buddy. The videos I watched of the Raven, and this is climbing a hill too. We're going up a slight incline, so that's even harder. I'm trying to pedal it, but whew. It's loose sand, it's rocky, it's tore up. And I just lost all power again. And you notice the battery too has disappeared again. Now I'll have power, but it's like it's back on. Oh, it just died again. So I go a little bit and then it kicks power off. It flashed battery 1 again, battery 2 off. Well, that's disappointing. Would you look at that? That's a little bit of an issue. And I'm not twisting it very hard, just a little bit. Boy, I talk about how good this bike's doing, and now I'm having issues with it. Let's try this. Let's power it off. We'll do the good old, did you try turning it off and back on again? And I'm not cutting any of this out of the video either. I don't care if I spent $3 grand on this bike. Yep, see now if you notice, it's only showing the one battery. I'll bump it up to sport. Not that it matters for the throttle portions, but I'm also trying to pedal it. I want to see if it will go. And it is going. Oh, it just cut power again. And as you can see, second battery is installed, and it is installed all the way. It just doesn't want to recognize it. So I don't know if this is a battery balancer issue or a CAN bus issue. I was wondering if this problem was going to come back at me. We got a long ways to go up this hill if I'm going to finish it. But if this bike is just going to do this. Nope. And it just cut off again. All right, well, I am turning around then. I guess we're cutting this ride day short. Let's go down the hill now. And it's not a crazy steep hill. Like every bike I've had would climb this hill. 750 watt bikes would they would struggle, but they would probably climb this hill. So it's not like I'm asking too much out of it. Shoot, yesterday I climbed stuff 3 times steeper than this hill. Well, that makes hill 1 Alpha Mini 0. So anyways, funny enough that I was mentioning things I dislike about the bike when it started screwing up. You can add randomly shutting off and losing rear battery connection to that list with only 100 miles on it, 3 days of ownership. I'll contact support and see what they have to say about it. Boy. That got a little western. Boy, I had this cool off-road ride planned out. And apparently the bike is not up for it today. That's kind of a shame. It's a beautiful day for a ride. It still rides just fine now. I'm not asking for a lot of power though. Well, even a handful of throttle, it didn't cut off. So I'm not sure what the deal is with it. But it still isn't showing that rear battery. Let's keep riding it, I guess, and see what happens. I just won't, I won't do anything challenging. Won't get too far from home in case the whole system shuts all the way down. But we're cruising along here, it hasn't come back, it hasn't done it. So I'm not for sure on that. I'm gonna chalk it up as something weird is going on with the CAN bus system. Because like I said, it's still drawing electricity. I could try one more time. We'll power it off. So it's off now. Power it back on. And yeah, still no rear battery. So this might be too much of a hill right here. I did bring the keys. So for a test, let's power the bike back off. Find the key. So battery's out, pins all look fine. It's reading full. So the battery's locked in, I can pull on it and it's not sliding out. So that should be good. Still do not have that rear battery showing. Or are we running just on the rear battery and not running the front battery? Let's I guess I didn't try that one. Everything looks fine there. All right, that battery's reset. And now we have both batteries again. So maybe it's the front battery losing connection. So as far as the channel goes, you're probably gonna see less content from me. It's just something I do kind of as a hobby. So it's whenever I'm kind of in the mood to record something. You know, I was debating when this got delivered off the FedEx truck if I should be doing, oh, here's an unboxing and here's putting it together and oh, here's my first impressions. But there's so many reviewers that have already done that. People who get the bikes given to them. Let them put in all that extra work showing you guys that stuff. I just want to show you how the bike works and how I like it and where it can take you. And so far, I really like this bike. Yeah, I'm disappointed about the weird battery issue going on. Mostly because it cuts off at the worst time. And it doesn't tell me why it cut off. Like if it said on the screen, you know, overload or overheat or anything like that, then I would know more what's going on. But I can't imagine this thing's getting hot. I've been riding it just in tour mode. It's 73 degrees right now. It's not a hot day. So I'm not running this bike really hard. I mean, it's not working hard at all. I've got, what, 12, 13 miles on it now? And I've used 11% of the one battery and 13% of the other that, oh, showed for a second. I was gonna say that it finally came back, but that wasn't for long. So, range has been good. I've been happy with that. I mean, I've been happy with pretty much everything on this bike. I don't feel like it's a compromise replacing all of my old bikes, my Falcon and my Freedom and my XP4. I kind of just got one bike that was the favorite of all the things from those bikes. And I think I succeeded. So far, so good. Once the taller handlebars get here, that's going to be even better for standing up. I'm not really even that uncomfortable now. I've been able to ride it this way for 108 miles now. But I just want a little bit higher rise for standing up riding off-road. And as far as off-road goes too, I want to say with the lower bottom bracket of this bike, with having the smaller tires, I still haven't had any pedal strikes. And I chalk that up to the fact that they put the shorter crank arms on it, which I like the shorter crank arms. I've been putting them on my other bikes. So I'm pleasantly surprised as far as that goes. I know there's other 20-inch bikes that have had issues with pedal striking. The Be Cool Jupiter Mini or whatever it is called. I know that bike's very prone to pedal strikes from somebody I know that owns one. I think I'm actually going to bump it up to Sport now. And that way, that's like essentially level 3, because you have Sport Plus and Boost above that. I'm going to gear it down, and we're just going to take it nice and easy, because we got some climbing. Not anything extreme, but we're climbing up a hill. Oh, and it just shut off. It just came back. See, that was not that much stress on this, on electronics. Wasn't that much stress on the motor. I was wondering if this was going to be too washed out to make it, but it looks like somebody's come through and cleaned it up. Oh, oh, that got a little rowdy for a second. Let's cut power on me again. Come on, I'm gonna give you just a little bit of throttle, just so I can go enough to get my feet on the, oh, we're off again. Come on. This is not that much of an incline. All right, now I'm just pedaling it. We are in sport, no throttle, and it just cut off again. Come on, oh, it's coming back. It's coming back. Oh, it's back. It goes away, then it comes back. We are climbing now, but it's not anything, still, it's not anything drastic. I mean, I've climbed this, oh. Come on. Oh, there it goes. Like, what is that all about? Oh, it's trying to come back. Jeez. That is frustrating. At least we're done with the hill. This is just flat land right into the back of the neighborhood. I tell you what. So it does it whether I'm using the throttle or whether I am using the pedal assist. So I think I can rule out the throttle assembly and I can rule out the pedal assist because, or the torque sensor, because if it only did it with one, then the other one would always work. So it's got to be something to do with the controller or the battery balancer. I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards controller. Like, this is a pretty good downhill. So I'm kind of just pumping the brakes a little bit so I don't get too much heat into them. Well, there you have it, guys. There is the Alpha Mini. I guess you could say it's my initial 100-mile review on it, in a way. Likes, dislikes, issues. I'll let you guys know what Magician says to me when I show him the footage and explain what's going on. I see right now both batteries are back on. As you can see, it's draining both batteries, so I'm just not sure what's going on with it. But that's all I have for you today. Catch you on the next one.